Hi you guys, welcome to my channel. My name's Noelle and I do unboxings here, mostly lifestyle subscription boxes, but also some stationery, books, beauty, jewelry, and even a dash of Disney. So if you like unboxings, I do hope you'll consider subscribing to my channel and hitting the notification bell. And if you're already subscribed, thank you again for being here. I really appreciate all of your support and all the time that you spend with me watching these videos. Today I've got blendbox to share with you, which I've opened a couple of times before, but blendbox is a very unique concept in the subscription box world because you're always going to get a different box and it's never going to be exactly the same as someone else's. So basically, when you sign up for blendbox, there is a list of different themes and you check all of the ones that you would be interested in receiving. And I think there's like over 20 themes to choose from. You do get to select your first month box, but then after that, it's going to be a surprise from that list that you started out with. You'll never get a box that you did not pre-select. There's all kinds of variations. So I think on my list, I've so far gotten the boho box and the Easter box because that's just when I signed up. But also I have like the beach box, the mermaid box, just because those are the kinds of boxes I like to open on my channel. I think there's like a owl box and a llama box and a cactus box. There's a hangover cure box and a seduction box. So those are kind of more adult themes, but you are going to get like more whimsical, novelty kind of cute items. So I could see this being a great box to share with your daughter or your granddaughter. Really like fun items. Sometimes there's kind of useful items. So I think they even have like a kitchen gadget box. So that might be one to add to your list. The nice thing about this box is it's not necessarily one of those luxury subscriptions where you're necessarily looking for like 3 to 5 times your value. It's a very reasonable $26.88, very exact number that does include your shipping, and it will always include at least 8 items. So she does that because she figures a little bit more quantity than necessarily value per item, because that ensures that you will most likely like one or more, or hopefully half or more of the items in your box versus other boxes where you only get like 4 or 5 items. So if it's a miss, it's like kind of a big miss. The other awesome thing with blendbox is that she's got a really active Facebook group, and that is where you can do a lot of customization to ensure that you like the items. So you can tell her your favorite colors, like your sign. You can say what kinds of jewelry pieces you like, what kinds you don't like, what your favorite jewelry tones are, and she does a really good job of adhering to all of those preferences. And the other final thing that I really like about blendbox is it is run by this gal named Nick, and it's kind of a one-woman show. She does it out of her camper. So just know, you guys, that a lot of subscription boxes, especially right now, even though they are a luxury for us, they are a luxury for me certainly, they are also small businesses, so you can feel good about supporting them during these crazy times. Now, that said, because it is a nice simple box, they don't spend a lot of money on the packing, so it's always just a plain white box. It's got my shipping label, my address on the top, so I'm not going to show you that. Now, I am actually getting this box in exchange for this review and also for some photos. So if you haven't already checked me out over on Instagram, I like to take a lot of product photos and flat lays of the different items that I receive in different boxes. And Nick saw that, and so I'm going to help her out by taking some images, some photos of the different items that I receive in this box. That said, I am going to be getting well over the 8 items that you would normally get. A lot of people I know do a lot of the like contests and ways of participating in the Facebook group, so they're always averaging like 10 to 15 items, but that's probably closer to what I'm going to get in this box. So just remember, you start with 8, you can definitely build up to more, but what I'm showing you will be a nice assortment, so you get a good idea of the kinds of items that you will receive in your blend box. So mine is like bursting at the seams, and just based on the color of the tissue, I'm guessing that it is either the beach or the mermaid box, but we'll get in there and see. So nothing moved around in there because it's all really packed in there, and I'm seeing a bunch of like paperwork. So first, you don't usually get this letter, but it looks like it's in a nice big font, so maybe I can just review it really quickly and make sure that there's nothing super important to tell you. Very important to tell you, of course, is that you can actually get $5 off your first box using my code and the very specific link that I will leave for you below in the description. So make sure you use that link instead of just searching for it on Google. If you use Noelle in your checkout, you'll actually save $5. So that will bring your first blend box down to just a little over $20 for a nice dose of fun and cuteness. So definitely check that out if this looks fun. And remember that even if you do select select the mermaid box for your first box, which is what it looks like I got, the mermaid box, you will not necessarily receive the exact same items. Sometimes it's going to be variations of items in different colors or different styles, but it will not always be the same, which I actually really like that. I like boxes that are really customized so that it's not like once you've seen one unboxing, you've seen them all. It's always kind of nice to have a little bit of a surprise as a viewer as well. Let's see, anything else? It's kind of just like she says here is like, it's like there's a casualness to this box. Again, it's not like you're just trying to double your value or anything. And again, it is sort of more about the like whimsy and curation and getting a dose of brightness in your day. But I do really think it is something that I could see myself. A lot of the times the things that I wouldn't necessarily use are things that I think a younger person, like a preteen or a little girl, might really enjoy because they are so like cute and whimsical and fun. So good thing to share with the little people in your lives as well. And I'm sure you could tell Nick that, and she would take that into account when curating your box. Then the next little sheet of paper that I'm seeing is one that comes in every single box, and that is a good reminder as well. So much information, you guys. I promise I'll get to the items, but she is really flexible with payment. So especially right now when funds can be running a little bit short, if you need to push back your bill date, she can definitely do that for you, or she can help you just skip a month. And that's just something good to know with any subscription box, you guys, especially when they are doing some customization for you. Instead of just canceling your account, if you can just skip, that is so helpful for them in terms of sourcing all of the items and sort of preparing for how many boxes they're going to need to fulfill, but also for just keeping your profile straight and not having to sort of start from scratch every time you decide to resubscribe. So be a good consumer, be a good subscriber, and I'm sure that the subscription box owners will definitely appreciate that a lot. First thing I'm seeing, we're finally to the items, you guys, I promise. So it looks like it's probably a little scarf, and it's just got the blendbox logo there, which I think is kind of cute that it's got a little blender, and it's just royal blue. So let me just make sure it's a scarf before I tell you that. So it's just a nice fashion scarf, really gauzy material, super plain, not super wide, and I actually like that because I do live in Southern California, if you didn't already know, and so I really appreciate like a nice fashion scarf that's not really for warmth and a little bit more for color, but I do like a nice pop of color, and I don't necessarily have a plain royal blue one, so that was a good start. Here is something that I don't know that I'll have the opportunity to use, but we've got some star-shaped pasties in kind of a metallic, so I guess there's like pink scales that go that way. So I'm not sure if I'm going to ever use these, but it's definitely something fun. I guess if I wanted to get creative and a little bit saucy out on the deck tanning, I could definitely do that. So here is an example of an item that I probably wouldn't ever buy for myself, but why not have them around? Who knows? It could be a really spicy Zoom call one of these days. Probably not something that I will model for you over on Instagram though. The next thing I am seeing is 2 makeup brushes. So let me actually take them out of the plastic so that we don't get too much glare. So these actually kind of remind me of some makeup brushes I just got in a Once Upon a Book Club box, which at the time I didn't really like the like rainbow whimsy to them because I just didn't think it fit the book, but these are actually really pretty. So one is like a bigger brush, and then it's kind of got this ombre brush here, and then just like a nice rose gold, and this actually would look pretty luxe in my sort of tray of brushes because they also have like rose gold details, so that would just be the special chosen brush. And then this one also has the ombre on the bristles itself in kind of an aqua, and then it's also ombre here on the handle. So they kind of go together, but they probably came from different sets, but they're definitely pretty and useful. And I don't wear a lot of makeup. I've been starting to wear a little bit more for these videos just because I can't go get my eyelash extensions, so I've been feeling a little bit naked, so I'm happy to have a couple more brushes to add to my collection and to use. Let's see, it looks like we've got some jewelry pieces, so this is exciting. So the first one I'm seeing is a little necklace. Now I prefer gold, but she did reach out and say like I have more silver stuff for this particular box, and I said I'm fine with silver too because I do wear everything. So here is a little necklace, and hopefully you can kind of see it. Hopefully I can get it to focus. So it's like a little glass globe almost, and then it's kind of got this little tail that comes up from the bottom. So I like that. It's pretty like dainty, and I think you could definitely layer it, and it's a kind of like subtle mermaid piece, right? It's not like super duper super mermaid, which I appreciate. And then we've also got some mermaid earrings, which I didn't know that I would like these, but I actually think they're pretty cute, and again, kind of subtle. So let me see if I can get these guys to focus. So it's just a little mermaid from the back. You can kind of see her broad back and her nice little narrow waist there. Hopefully I can get them to stop moving around so you can actually see them. So I like that they're dangly, they have some movement. Those would be just kind of fun to wear to the beach, and they're not super gaudy, kind of simple. I like those as well. And then I'm seeing a little hair clip, and it looks like a little starfish. And these are always kind of fun to have, just to add a little bit. So let me be careful and not ruin the packaging, because I do have to take some photos of these later on. So you can just, it's a little alligator clip, and then you can just put it right there and get your mermaid style going on. So it's actually got some nice grip to it. Feels pretty tight. I like that. Very, very cute. Let's see what else we've got. So that's already been 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So normally that would almost be your 8 items, and you might get something like this, which has the same charm that was on the earrings as well as a few more, this little keychain. So let me see if I can get this to focus. So we've got a little starfish and shell at the top, and then you can kind of see the mermaid there in silver. She's on her side. And then we also have this glittery tail here at the bottom. So it's not super big, and it's definitely really light, and I appreciate that, because I can't stand when keychains are just super duper jangly and they just add a lot of weight to your bag and your keys, which are probably kind of weighty as it is. So this would be good if you just had one key, if it was to the shed or to the closet or your garage or something that you needed to hold on to. It could also be a really cute little bag charm, and like I said, this could be something that would be a little treasure to a little girl as well. I don't have kids, but I know that I always like to have little treats for the ones that belong to my friends when I see them. Just not a big birthday present, but just something fun that can kind of occupy them and you know, add a little brightness to their day too. So super cute. Let's see what else we've got. So it looks like, I think this is probably just to take pictures with, but it's a little kind of faux velvet jewelry case. So yeah, I think this is just so that I can take some nice photos, but it's really pretty little periwinkle shell jewelry holder. And then I'm also seeing some kaikui hand cream. So that's cute. And it says it's seaweed hand cream, but it's a nice size for your purse. And we can all use some hand cream with all the hand washing we've been doing. I've been using a lot of these little tubes lately. So it's sealed. I'm not going to open it up just in case I do have so many of them that I might pass one of these guys on to one of you in one of my giveaways. And there should be some more of those coming up soon. Next thing I'm seeing is sparkly. So let's see. So she actually wrote on here that it's a bracelet. Now this is, for example, something that I probably wouldn't use myself. So this would be one of the items that I would either pass on or be well, that's okay, because I got 7 other items in the box. So it's this bracelet, but it's Velcro. It's very broad. It's almost sweatband size. And it's very soft on the inside, but it's got that fun, those sequins that change in different directions, like mermaid scales. So I could definitely see passing this on to a happy little girl. But it is kind of big. So even on a little girl, it's gonna be pretty big. So maybe they could put it on their ponytail or something. I'm not sure. Not my favorite item, but it is certainly cute, and it definitely goes with the mermaid theme. But I'm very weird, so things that one thing I might think is kind of juvenile, then the other thing that is totally juvenile is something that I might see myself wearing, which is this fun blue colored hair extension. So it's just got the comb at the top that you kind of nestle up underneath somewhere, and then you have a fun blue streak going through your hair. So I could get really mermaided out. I could wear this little starfish. I could wear my blue streak, all of the jewelry that I've got, all the tails and the scales, and I think that could be pretty fun. So maybe I'll have to get decked out like a mermaid for you guys one of these days. Let's see what we got. This looks like a little plug. I think it's probably a little stamp. It's a little stamp, and it's just got a little turtle on top, a little hinoel. So that's actually something I could see myself using just on letters and things, just to spruce them up. Here is a little pencil, just a good old pencil that you have to sharpen, and it's got little cartoon mermaids on it, so that's definitely getting passed on to a little gal, a little mermaid, but that's a cute item. And then, ooh, this is neat. I like this. So this is like in kind of a bronze. So it's just got this like mermaid on the top. She's sitting, and it's a little spoon, right, that you could use to stir your coffee or your tea. But then it's got this little kink in it, like her tail. So she sits on the edge. It actually kind of reminds me of like a bronze sculpture that I have, this little mermaid that just is your little tea buddy. So that is really cute. And I actually really like this color and the detail. And it's like cartoony, but like simple enough that I feel like an adult can use it. So that's a cute item. I think that might be one of my favorite items so far, although I'm really kind of feeling this starfish clip too. Let's see what else we've got here. I'm not sure what these are. They look like felt shapes. Let me see. So we've got two different shapes, and it looks like there's ribbon to hold them in place. And I'm trying to open up the plastic, but it's got like it's torn open on all different sides. I can take it out however I want to. All right, so we've got some different ribbons, and you can see, so there's some shells that are cut out with the little 2 holes in the top, and then we've got this kind of sexy mermaid detail right here. So they almost look like air fresheners, but they don't have a scent. I feel like you could almost like make them into air fresheners for your car by just like spritzing them with some essential oil. But I've got like I've got like 5 mermaid cutouts and 5 shell cutouts. So if you guys have an idea of what to do with these, let me know. But I'm sure some of my crafty friends could certainly use them. And I do like that it came with the ribbon. I do kind of like the idea of putting like one of them in my like car on the rear view mirror. Not that I'm in my car much these days. Let's see. Next, oh, this looks like a pillow cover. So it is a pillow cover in this kind of pretty like watercolor pattern with some scales, and you can see the scales are kind of in a like yellowish color, so that's nice. It's very like silky smooth. I'll have to like steam that for some photos, maybe actually put a pillow in it. It doesn't really go with the decor in my living room, but I could see it being a nice little accent pillow here in the guest room behind me. So that's a cute item, and I like, again, that it doesn't have like a cartoon mermaid on it. It's very like subtly mermaid with some scales, just kind of an oceany vibe. We've still got a ton of stuff in here, and again, remember you guys, you start with 8 items, you can definitely earn extra items. I'm just getting a whole bunch of extra ones in this box so I can take photos, but also to give you a good idea of what you could get, the variety in your mermaid box. So I'm seeing, this is cool. So I think this is a temporary tattoo, kind of a sexy forlorn mermaid in this very dark like indigo, so it almost look like a real tattoo. I'm not sure when I would use that, but oh, and this is nice. So she did actually include the instructions for how to use a temporary tattoo. I do think those are fun, and I don't really have any like occasions coming up where I would get to show it off, but it could just be something fun to have on me for the heck of it. So I'm happy to have that. And then it looks like we've got a face mask, the ubiquitous Subbox face mask, but this one is sweet because it's got a little mermaid on the front. It looks like she's got a glass of wine too, so you can always use a nice deep sea moistened smooth skin mask with a bunch of, I think, Chinese characters. Yep, so can't read too much about it. Got some English in there. I'm sure it's fine. So I can do all the kinds of things and make myself look pretty. Let's see. Oh, we've got a couple more things. So the last thing I'm seeing, it's a little bit crumpled, but it's like this sticker sheet. And so I probably won't do this, but you can kind of see you get to change out the mermaid's tail. She's actually got some like eyes down here, so you can do her face. So it's like a little activity sticker sheet. So I probably won't do them. I want to share them with a little person that would enjoy this as an activity. I might actually send them to my nieces. I think they would like that. So I got 2 different ones. One is like this, and then one looks a lot more like good old Ariel with the red hair. So I'll kind of flatten these out because they did get a little bit crinkled. Now this, for example, is an item where like I would be bummed if this was one of my 8 items, but that is probably sometimes going to happen. You're gonna have the like more useful, like kind of weightier value-wise items like this little hair clip or this awesome spoon, which is definitely my favorite item in the box. And then you're gonna get like a few more like whimsical like paper things, or like that temporary tattoo, but it's all part of the fun. It's all part of the adventure of opening this box every month. And then there's just this little card that tells us all of the different themes and the themes that I've already gotten. Let me know what you guys think about Blendbox in the comments below. Have a fantastic day, and I'll see you all very soon in my next unboxing.